Alright, it's me again. Back in the room. I don't know if you can tell what I'm wearing, or if you can see the paint I was painting. We're on a break right now, so I'm doing this. Big things happening, big things, big things. I made another video, just FYI. I'm trying to upload it again, but it wasn't working. But basically in that one, I was just telling like how before when I was coming here in the beginning, I was terrified. I don't like completely different environments, and being dropped here was like being dropped in a bucket of cold water. But then, getting used to it, getting acclimated, starting to feel like a family here, and just got a text message. But starting to feel like a family here, and yeah, starting to feel comfortable. So I'll probably be staying home on weekends now, just so I could be here. I feel that's what God wants me to do, which is the whole point of why I'm here. And so, yeah, I learned about spiritual warfare last week, and how it's a good analogy for it is spiritual displacement. So you're born into sin, and when you get saved, the God spirit comes in and pushes that dark spirit out of you, and everyone on the planet is either operating under the principles of the kingdom system, which is a power system, or the world system, which is a power system. And so even though you have the kingdom in you, you still operate under the world system. And that's where spiritual warfare comes to effect, because it's not always casting a demon out. It's just stopping you from operating under the world system, or getting rid of the forces that are driving you to operate under the world system. So that was good. This week we had a guy named, last week there was Dean Sherman. This week we had a guy named Randy Thomas, who, amazing. He's talked about the character and nature of God. His focus was on hearing him. Well, his focus was on listening, but his premise is that we all hear God. So he teaches from the aspect of you already hear him, just learning to recognize him. So that was really good. That was really powerful. It takes God, the way he explained it and told different stories. It did it in such a way where it took God out of the box, and almost in a sense out of the Bible, and put him right in front of my face. Like, this is a real God who's speaking to me and wants to interact with me, and wants to heal people through me, who wants to deliver people through me, who just wants to be with me. He wants just a personal, intimate relationship with me. So that's cool too. What did he say? One story, he told a story like about, well, not the story, but like he did an outline of the story of, Peter from the beginning as a fisherman up through Jesus being crucified, but from like Peter's point of view, and Peter was, he talked first, thought afterwards, and God used him. Then him and Jesus were friends, and then he messed up. But then afterwards, after Jesus came back, and Peter was out fishing again, then they came to the shore, and then they realized it was Jesus. Well, John realized it was Jesus. And then Peter jumped out and he was talking to him or whatever. And the guy was like, "Do you love me?" Peter's like, "Yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah." He's like, "Do you love me, man?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, yeah." It's like, "Do you love me?" It's like, "Yeah, man." And so, Peter was hurt. But then he's like, "Well, feed my lambs." But Randy Thomas said he thinks that's Jesus' way of telling him that even though before, when Jesus told him, like, "You're going to betray me 3 times, you're not quite as dedicated as you think you are." Thought my roommate was coming. You're not quite as dedicated as you think you are. That's over now. That old Peter's done. And the other stuff that Jesus told him, "Oh, this revelation wasn't from man, but from God. And I'm going to build my church on you. You're the cornerstone." That stuff was so true. Jesus still believed in Peter, and Peter didn't have to be ashamed of his actions or think that he was disqualified. Thus, feed my lambs. So that was good. That was really uplifting for me. And today with Randy Thomas, we did some more just listening. He gave us 2 questions after he talked. He's like, okay, right now, Lord, how do you see me? Or what do you think of me? And the other question was, Lord, what do you have planned for me? So we kind of sat there. Well, everyone scattered to wherever they wanted to go. Sat there, and God spoke. He gave it to me in the form of a poem, surprise, which I might read later and upload. I don't know. And he gave me his plans for me. So that was really good. And yesterday we found out where we were going. Prayed deeply. Well, they told us the 3 options of where we were going: Haiti, Morocco, or Thailand. And then they told us to not talk to anybody, go pray, ask God, get on your face, perform, and whatever. So I went, did that Kevin LeVar Israel combination. Just went before him, not just clearing my head and just getting before him. And then I turned off my iPod, just sat and listened, and we were talking about it. And I'm officially going overseas, and I'll tell you guys about that next time. So stay posted, stay tuned. But yeah, I know where I'm going. It's great. It was the number 1. The way I was praying that that it would be completely on one accord, that he would tell me and then tell them, because they just wanted to organize people in case some people didn't all the way here, which could happen. I'm not even knocking it, but I was like, God, I want to be so open to you. Like, I've been practicing all week, like just clearing myself out and hearing him. Like, I want to be so open that you tell me and you tell them, and we're all on one accord on where we go. So we had to list all 3 in order of importance. And so like he gave me the number 1, and then for the sake of what they told us to do, a number 2 and a number 3. Then we were talking about, he's like telling me like why I would go to this place or why I would go to that place and what he's placed in me. But the final verdict, once they finally told us, was I was going to the number 1 spot. So yeah, tell you guys about that later. Holla at your boy.